Hello and welcome to Palindrome ASMR. Today, I'm going to tell you the origin story of my channel name. It has an origin, it's not just some random word that I came up with to sound sophisticated. There is an actual palindrome involved. So, the story starts in 2012, I want to say, maybe 2011, perhaps even 2010, when me and a friend and a bunch of other friends and my brothers are playing Rock Band. You remember Rock Band, right? It's the Guitar Hero it's like the Pepsi to Guitar Hero, back when Guitar Hero and Rock Band were sweeping the market. So as you can already tell, this was a long time ago. So we created a band, and we created the band members. And me and a friend were both playing the drums. I took 2 drums, he took 2 drums. And we were creating a character, and we made him really buff with long hair. We thought it was hilarious that we could make him so buff, and then we had to decide what to name him. So my friend comes up with Bob, and I just say, well, why don't we take the first 2 letters of my name, Z-E, and add it to Bob, so it's like Zabob. But then it doesn't sound right as Zabob, so we changed it to Zabobez. Zabobez, Z-E-B-O-B-E-Z. And for some reason, that name stuck. It really stuck when this is back in Minecraft Alpha. So, about a couple months after this Zabobez creation, I found Minecraft. Back then, it was still in alpha. I actually played Minecraft for approximately, I'd like to say, half a year before beta. So I was one of the first wave of Minecraft players. That's actually like serious cred right there, being a Minecraft alpha player, and a fairly old one at that. And so I bought a Minecraft account. It was a very big investment. It was €9.95, which translated to approximately $14. I mean, Minecraft was in its alpha stage, so it was at a drastically reduced price. And so I decided to name my Minecraft account after the name I had created with my friend, Zabobez. And because I played so much Minecraft, that name stuck with me. Every time I would type in a chat to chat with my friends on the server that I created, it would pop up as Zabobez. And so I always use Zabobez, no matter what I'm signing up for. No matter what account I'm creating, I use Zabobez. I use Zabobez. And Zabobez is a palindrome. The reason why I decided to call this channel Palindrome ASMR is because Zabobez ASMR just doesn't sound right. And and the ASMR after the name is a necessary thing. That was a calculated decision on my part. Because when I post comments on any video, people will see my name, and they will see the ASMR on the end of the name. And whenever I see ASMR on the end of a name in a comments section, this has happened maybe once or twice, I check them out. So the ASMR at the end of my video, my channel name was a calculated decision to bring in more interest and brand myself as an ASMR channel. But Zababez ASMR does not sound right. So I decided to go with the more classy and refined palindrome ASMR, because Zababez is a palindrome. And that is the story of how my channel got its name. It was the result of a marketing decision and a Minecraft account and a game of Rock Band 7 or 8 years ago. Maybe 6 years ago. But it was a long time ago. Now I am going to, I said in my last video that I would talk about whatever topic a commenter, or I would reply to comments, basically. And I do not have internet in my trailer, so I cannot look up I cannot look up this person's info, and I don't have a good video editing software, so I can't post it up somewhere around there, because a video editing software like that costs a lot of money, one that can overlay images on video. Once I do get one, I will cut the comments that I see and paste them on underneath. But I apologize, but I wanted to address this. Address makes it sound like something bad is going on, but it's not. I wanted to answer this comment now, as soon as possible, so that it doesn't get old. The comment was asking about lucid dreaming and what experience I've had with lucid dreaming. Now, I was introduced to the concept of lucid dreaming by the Remy Lucid Dreaming Mask on Kickstarter. So I was browsing Kickstarter for interesting things to look at, like 3D printers and that kind of stuff, and I stumbled across the Remy Lucid Dreaming Mask. I didn't actually buy one or support the Kickstarter, but it introduced me to the concept of lucid dreaming. And after that, I tried and failed to teach myself how to lucid dream. Still now, I only lucid dream when I accidentally stumble into one. I haven't yet induced a lucid dream in myself. I've had plenty of dreams where I fly, and that is like a level 1 lucid dream. There are different levels of lucid dreams. There are the ones where you simply control the things around you, and there are some where you realize you are in a dream. But it's very interesting because I have had a different kind of lucid dream. I once had, this has only happened once, I once had a very interesting dream where my brain was able to trace the origin of every single thing that happened in my dream. And so I knew that my mind had picked up that art asset. Like, dreams have art assets, right? They have tropes, they have art assets, and these are picked up from your daily experience. And in this dream, I was able to trace those assets back to where they came, whether it be from a movie, a video game, or an event in my life. And it was very interesting. And I thought it was interesting to know that all things that happen in at least this dream had a connection to something I had experienced in the real world. I had another dream. This is not a lucid dream. This was a very interesting self-reflective dream where I saw this shining ball of, I want to say malice, but I was dreaming along, happily dreaming along, when all of a sudden this black hole opens in my dream world, and it's this, those plasma balls where you touch the edge and lightning traces to your finger. It looked like one of those, a Van de Graaff generator. That's what it's called. A Van de Graaff generator. Those plasma balls where you touch it or you get near it and it goes, the lightning goes like that. A Van de Graaff generator. So I saw one of those in my dream, and it was the most horrifying thing I have ever experienced, awake or dreaming. It was worse than a nightmare. It was all of my suppressed anger and sadness and resentment and all of my childhood traumas packaged into one ball of plasma energy. And it started sucking the dream into it. And I was trying to run and run and run, and the world got less and less populated. Everything started turning white. And in the end, I was standing in the middle of a white, snowy field. I grabbed some boots. I had grabbed some boots from a nearby house, bare concrete, that had since been sucked into the hole. And there I was, standing in the middle of this snowy vista, with nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and nowhere to hide. And this black ball of hatred and sorrow and pain and anger was ready to eat me. And then I woke up. This may be related, but that dream was marked the beginning of my mental illness. I can pinpoint exactly when my mental illness stopped being a weird quirk and started being an actual illness. Like, I've always been a weird kid who did weird things, but this dream was the tipping point that pushed me into such deep self-reflection and deep self-hypnosis that I I'm going to go on a tangent here. EMDR stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing. And I went to a EMDR session a while ago, just one, and I responded very well to the treatment. EMDR is a treatment where you recall traumatic events and you live through them again while someone passes their hand back and forth in front of your vision, and your eyes track the hand. And what's supposed to happen is the trauma gets processed because your eyes are moving. And it worked very well for me. It is a sort of hypnosis. And so after this breaking point dream, I used EMDR on myself to uncover some deep, scarring emotional trauma. And I'm not going to bore you with the details. It's just the same kind of trauma that pretty much everyone experiences. I'm not belittling my own experience. I am simply saying that it was very personal, and it was very inconsequential in nature, but it was a one event, one realization, and I uncovered the basis for my pathology, and I looked at it and I saw the flaming ball of plasma. I saw it awake, and it was there, and it was boiling over with mostly need, emotional need, fear that my mother was going to leave me. That is the core of all of my emotional trauma. Basically, my psychosis, my everything that is maladaptive about my psyche can be traced down to this one kernel of trauma. And while there are other traumas that also influence my maladaptive thought processes and psychoses, psychotic behavior, whether in a psychotic break or in those small ways that people are psychotic in day-to-day life, all of that is based around fear that my mother is going to leave me. That is a primal, childish fear, and it is based around two events. I'm not going to go into them because I think that is a little bit too personal, even for YouTube. If someone asks me, or I doubt anyone will, because this is making me feel awkward sharing it with people. This is the kind of stuff that you need a patient-therapist relationship to properly sort out, to properly smooth over, or communicate, to properly communicate this. But the end result, the point of my conversation, is that I had a lucid dream that was the breaking point for my mental illness. And everything, it was like a watershed moment, this lucid dream. Well, I became lucid when I was running from the ball of sorrow that was chasing after me. I became lucid and realized I was dreaming. I was trapped and I couldn't get out. And I was running, but it was like I was running on a treadmill. And that was my most profound and most aptly, most iconographic, no, most influential lucid dream. And while I've had several other lucid dreams in the past, none of them have been of the import of that one lucid dream. And they've all been typical dreams. You know, you just realize you're dreaming, and then you just fly around wondering what's happening, and you're like, what, flying around. And before you ask, no, I have never actually tried to have sex with someone in a lucid dream. I've never actually been lucid enough to think that. Because the reason why I say that is because pretty much every lucid dream guide that I've read somewhere mentions when you lucid dream, it's a great way to have fulfilling sex with someone, or some form of that. I'm sure if you do your lucid dream research, you'll know what I'm talking about, but that's like the thing most people assume you'll do when you have full lucid control of a dream. That's it. If you've watched this far, thank you for watching. I hope I relaxed you enough to the point where you maybe can slip into a lucid dream. Now, you're awesome. I'm a writer. I have books. Buy my books because they're okay, I guess. I'm not really going to say they're the best in the world, but it's just more literature to add to the huge pile of literature already in existence. Thank you for watching. If you have anything, any topic you want me to cover, any question you want me to answer, just give me a shout in the comments of any one of my videos, and I will do my best to address it or cover it in some form or another. And I will remember your name next time, whoever gave me the lucid dreaming comment. I'll remember the names, but I have no internet in my trailer, and I can't really check right now, so that's just a limitation of my situation. So I hope you enjoyed. Catch you on the other side.